Absolutely. We are creating a culture of life in America, and that's a really good thing.
Every Republican candidate for president should support a ban on abortion before 15 weeks as a minimum nationwide standard.
15 weeks, we're going to draw a line. We're going to save babies in California. We're going to stand up for the unborn in Washington, D.C. And if you cannot do that, you should not be the nominee for the Republican Party.
Thank God Almighty for the Dobbs decision. Absolutely. We are creating a culture of life in America, and that's a really good thing.
Every Republican candidate for president should support a ban on abortion before 15 weeks as a minimum nationwide standard.
So basically right here, it doesn't really matter where you stand on the abortion issue. You know, it's a very sensitive topic, you know, and it's very divisive. So, but regardless of where you stand on it, you have to be able to see the hypocrisy in this, where it's like, so the post, it says, remember when Republicans said abortion was a states' right issue? And it says they are now pushing for a national ban on abortion. So that these quotes, these clips that they play here are these guys, you know, pushing for a national ban of abortion. Well, that would make it federal. That would make it like, you know, the federal government tells the states that abortion is illegal. You know, like I say, it doesn't matter where you stand on this, okay? Which side you're on doesn't matter with this topic related to, you know, them saying initially the argument was that it's states' rights, you know, and that was what the Supreme Court decision kicked out. And that's what it said. It said the whole thing should be decided by the states. So that was the argument, and that's where they used the Constitution or whatever, and that was the legal standing that they stood on. And then that's where the conservatives or Republicans or whatever you want to say, whichever group, the ones that are the pro-life folks, you know, they jumped on that bandwagon of, you know, states' rights, that it should go to states' rights. And that's what they stood on. So, okay, you can say, okay, that's fair or whatever. You can say that. And then so different states were making decisions on how they want to deal with abortion, you know, and that's how it's been since the Dobbs decision. But with the political atmosphere and the direction that it's going in, and then you got the presidential campaigns roaring, you know, they are now saying, you know, we are pushing for a national ban. So, but then you just flipped, you just switched. At first you said states' rights. Now you're saying making it a national ban. That's the opposite of states' rights. So which is it? You know, is it that you cared about the states' rights, or is it just that you you want to make sure that people don't have access for abortion nowhere in the United States? You know, which is it? So like I said, it doesn't really matter where you are on this topic. You have to be aware of the hypocrisy and how they are manipulating people. It's not, the integrity is not there. They don't have no integrity. Let me read some comments. It says they're going to stand up for the unborn, but they don't care about the children getting shot to death in school. I think that's a fair comment. Another comment, it says faith and freedom. F your faith. Keep your religious opinions to yourself. Another comment says, Jesus, they sure hate women. Another comment, it says, once these children are born, the government doesn't want to help them. Should make it mandatory for vasectomies. You know, and that's a fair argument. Why is the focus on the woman related to making these babies? You know, why not pressure on men? You could do men contraceptions. You could do ways that keep the men from being able to get the women pregnant. But that's not the focus, because like I'm be saying all the time, this particular argument is about, you know, subservient women, like controlling women, like putting them down. That's how I feel about it. That's what they really care about. They don't really care about those kids or the babies. They don't care about the babies. They want to control women. That's my take on that. Let me read this one. It says, you can't stand there and talk abortion bans without talking about how you're going to care for all the unwanted children. And that's another argument that I make all the time. All these pro-life people, they care about the baby all the way until they come out. And then once they come out, it's like, find something to eat. Let me read this one. It says, how about saving the living children that are hungry, homeless, and school lunches? The schools need updating curriculum with real history. Missing children that have been child sex trafficked. The Republicans, they are also made a rule in some red states to end child care workers law. They voted against any family leave, child care, health care, and education for mental health. Oh man, I think so many people are blinded when it comes to this particular topic because they get all emotional and then the logical thinking just goes out of the window. So like you're super religious or whatever, so you just don't want to. Logic is not where you're at, and you can't make a logical argument with someone that's not thinking logically. This one, it says no birth control, no abortions, no assistance for new mothers, no food assistance for babies, no health care for expectant mothers, no health care for babies. Hell of a platform you got there, Republicans. PSA, Senate Republicans just blocked a vote to protect every American's right to use birth control. Yes, birth control. So Move On posted this. Did they make a caption? No. Let's read some comments. It says Republicans always find a way to get abortions for their mistresses. Another comment says, we will vote them out. This cannot overrule the women of this country. We are tired of being bullied by extremist white old men. Another comment says, they really hate women, the babies after they're born. Another comment, holy freaking S. Wake up, people. This is insane. Vote these fascist misogynists out. Your freedoms truly depend on it. Another comment says, and their goal for the Republican Party is no free lunch for kids. Pro-life, my ass. Another comment says, and I have to say this, it's like if you're pro-life, then you should care about the life after they come out of the womb. Even adults, not just children, everybody, little kids, big kids, adults, old people, black people, white people, Hispanic people, LGBTQ. If you're pro-life, then you're pro-life, bro. Like the whole way through. Like another comment says, but why should any woman have to have children if there's a chance that these children will die at school because taking away military weapons is not going to happen? I know they claim that abortion is murder, but can they work on life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness before they make pregnancy mandatory? Or can we just please vote them out? Another comment says, why do Republican men and women continue to support these individuals and give them their vote? Oh, hold on. Despite their apparent prejudice towards anything other than white and straight, it's truly baffling and makes no logical sense. I eagerly anticipate the day they reconsider their choices and embrace a more inclusive perspective. I think it's beating a dead horse when you do the anything related to the abortion argument, because people aren't going to hear it, like no matter what. No one's trying to hear it or hear it. Wanted to cover this.